I wanted to talk today about an experience that I had recently. I've been following a content creator on YouTube for a while now, and I love this person's content. I'm really impressed with the amount of value. Look at my Irish curls I got going on here. I have curls underneath and then straight hair on top. It's called Irish curls. So fun. Anyway. So I've been following this content creator for a month, maybe even 2 months, and I've been thinking about taking one of her courses. And she's always talking about how transformative her courses are and amazing. And I was super excited because Black Friday came along and I thought, okay, great. Black Friday, I'm going to just go ahead and treat myself and take one of her courses. And she has this course for, it's around $160 and it was on sale for Black Friday. So I purchased the course and it was literally 31 journal prompts, paragraphs of written word, and that is all. No videos, no coaching, no support, no connection. And it just made me think, how much value I'm providing in Calm Catalyst, in Dragonfly Essentials 2.0, where we talk about your nervous system, where we understand what's going to activate your nervous system. What is your go to sort of survival response? Are you the kind of person that goes into fight, flight, freeze, fawn? Do you waffle between freeze and fawn? And that's really what we work on as a group. And the best part about working with other women in a group is that you get to feel supported and seen and acknowledged and recognized, maybe for the first time ever. Maybe you've never had a chance to work with other neurodivergent women, to be supported and validated and seen and recognized by other neurodivergent women. Maybe this is the first time. And I have to tell you, it is really amazing to be able to get that support from women who get it, women who understand how your brain functions, how you operate. They understand that your most exhausting tasks are cooking dinner, grocery shopping, doing the laundry, not doing complex spreadsheets, not running meetings at the office, not running businesses, but the simple stuff. For us, the simple stuff is hard, and it's so validating to be able to connect with other women who really understand the simple stuff is. And it just kind of blew my mind. I realized how much value I'm giving away with Calm Catalyst. This course is $99, but it's a $2,000 value. You're getting 4 small group sessions, 60 minutes each, where you get education on topics related to your nervous system, on what causes you to go into fight or flight or freeze or fawn, and what to do about it. And the whole time, you're learning about the Dragonfly methodology so that you can see if working with me one on one is going to be the right fit for you. And if it's not, no harm done. At least you learned how to regulate your nervous system and stop white knuckling life because you can't live like that. I mean, you can, but it sucks. Trust me, I did it. I did it for years. And that is why I came up with the Dragonfly method. I started my business in 2002 when I had a baby because I knew I needed to get out of my marriage. I knew that I was unhappy and that I was in an abusive situation and it just wasn't going to serve me to stay there. So I started my company knowing full well I have to turn off my notifications because I'm getting texts. Apologize. Yeah. Knowing that I was going to have this hero's journey, this hero's story. I was going to escape, make all this money and escape and leave, and everything was going to be great. And what ended up happening was I didn't really start making consistent income in my business until I left. So I got through all 9 months. When I started my business, I was in business for 9 months. And that's when I really first got traction. I had 6 clients all at once. Things were going great. It was starting to cook. And then I hit a burnout. And the reason I hit this burnout is because I wasn't taking care of my health. I wasn't taking care of my nutrition. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't sleeping. I was solo parenting. I was a single married mom with a baby, breastfeeding around the clock. and I wasn't taking care of myself. I was self-abandoning, and I didn't really have any other option. I would beg my husband at the time to give me a few hours to myself. I finally negotiated to get for 6 hours on the weekend to myself. And that's when I realized, something has to change. And when I really realized that something has to change was when I went to my functional medicine doctor's office and she said, either you are going to change your lifestyle or you're going to end up hospital with your autoimmune disease. And that was such a wake up call because I had seen my mom go through autoimmune disease flares and be hospitalized. And I didn't want to do that to my baby. I didn't want to leave him alone with his dad, number one. Um, and I didn't want to go through the process of getting so sick I had to go to the hospital. So I changed everything. I changed how I eat. I changed how I exercise. I changed how I spoke to myself. I changed everything. I changed the relationships that I allowed and the way I allowed people to treat me. Because the truth of the matter is that when people are cruel to us, are mistreating us, are not respecting us, it's because we're allowing them to. So at the end of the day, it's your choice whether you allow someone to or not. And sometimes you can't change a person. Most of the time, you can't change a person. A person can only change themselves. So you set the boundaries and they either respect them or they don't. And with my ex, he didn't. So I walked away. And that was setting boundaries. That was me saying, look, you cannot treat me this way. I will not tolerate it. I'm done. So I walked away. And, I'm in the rebuilding phase now. I'm so much healthier. I'm so much happier. I stopped breaking out in hives every single day. I was breaking out in hives every single day at the end of my marriage because my body was telling me this is wrong. You should not be here. And then I really started healing my nervous system. I learned about my energy and how it fluctuates on a daily basis. I learned about my rhythms and how I run on a 28 to 32-day cycle and not a 24-hour cycle because men run on 24-hour cycles and women run on 28-day cycles, 28 to 30 some odd, depending on how regular your cycles are. So your energy is going to fluctuate based on where you are in the month. If you're in your follicular phase of your hormonal cycle, that's when you want to show up on video. That's when you want to be on client calls. That's when you want to be engaging with your followers and creating content and really getting out there in front of people. And then when that is over, the next part of your cycle, that's when you really want to be kind of winding down and doing self care, taking care of yourself and relaxing and resting. And so, really learning about your body's cycles and how to leverage how your body functions, how your cycles function, and really honoring that has been so helpful for me and for my clients. And that's what I teach. I teach you to learn about your body's cycles, about when you have the right energy for the right things. And when you don't have the energy for certain things, you can schedule them for later out. Some of my clients batch all their content during their follicular phase. If that's what works for you, do it. I would love to do that, but I like to do content as I go. So it's really figuring out what your energy cycles are, how to show up on days when your energy is low, and how to show up on days when your energy is high, but really just being consistent and showing up because that's what it's all about. It's all about consistency. So if you are ready to stop feeling overwhelmed, to stop feeling stuck in your head and separate from your body, if you're ready to tap into your body, to connect with who you are inside, to start to honor yourself as a human being, to learn how to let go of the constant panic and start to feel safe in your body for the first time, join us for Calm Catalyst. I'm only running it one more time in 2025. And in 2026, I'm going to pre record it and I'm going to increase the price. So, this is my gift for you for the holiday. It's $99. It's 4 weeks, 4 60-minute sessions with a small group of other women who understand perfectionism and being recovering people pleasers And that fawning is actually a survival mechanism and not codependency or anything else like that. And I think I'm trying to find this book that I have on fawning, and I thought it was right here, but I don't see it. This is one of the misnomers that I hear about all the time. And it is that fawning, people pleasing, overgiving is something that we can control. It's a personal personality flaw or character flaw. No. It is your nervous system keeping you alive because you learned in childhood that if you don't keep everyone else happy and safe and calm and peaceful, you will not be safe. It's not a character flaw, it's a survival mechanism. Some people fight, some people run, some people freeze, and some people fawn. And my clients tend to waffle between freezing and fawning. So either they're stuck or they're overgiving and people pleasing. And these cycles lead to repeated burnouts, a lifestyle of constantly dealing with burnout and exhaustion. And that doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help who you're working with. It just leads to a lifestyle of exhaustion. So, what I help you do is learn about your energy, learn about your nervous system, regulate your nervous system, heal your mindset, feel safe in your body, show up confident and empowered. Get out of your spinning thoughts in your head, tap back into your body, and learn how to listen to the messages that your body is sending you. Because your body knows, your body has the wisdom to know what you should do next, what the next step is. And when we second guess that wisdom and we try to outthink it, we get in trouble as women. Your intuition, your inner knowing, your gut feeling, your solar plexus feeling, wherever it comes from, depending on what kind of a human design you are, is going to be more powerful for you as a woman than trying to logic it out. And that's what the patriarchy has done, is it has stolen our intuition from us. It has told us that our intuition is wrong. And especially for my high masking perfectionistic people pleasing women who have learned that the messages they get from their body are wrong. No, they're not. No, they're not. The messages you get from your body are not wrong. You know what's wrong? What's wrong is the people that are telling you that those messages are wrong, they are gaslighting you because they don't live in your body. They don't experience the world the way you do. They don't have the sensory perception level that you do. You can pick up on a person's energy when you're with them. You can tell if a person is regulated. You can tell if they are safe. You can tell if this person is dangerous just by being in a room with them. And if you can't, then we'll work on that in one on one programs. Because there's a period of time for my clients when they come to me where they also cannot tell the difference between excitement and fear. And this is the rub. No one can tell the difference between excitement and fear. It is the perception, the messaging that we put behind it that changes it. Your brain, your nervous system, the way that we feel fear and the way that we feel excitement are exactly the same. It is only the messages in our brain that are different. Fear messages say, be afraid, be scared, this is scary. Excitement messages say, this is exhilarating, this is exciting, woohoo. The difference between the roller coaster and being chased by a bear, what you're telling yourself. So, one of the things that I see is a lot of my clients get into relationships with dark tetrad personalities, narcissists, Machiavellian personalities, sociopaths, psychopaths, people who make my clients feel excited. You know what that excitement is? It's fear. But you have spent so long with people who have made you feel fearful, probably since childhood, probably a parental figure. You confuse that with excitement and chemistry. And one day you will stop doing that and you'll stop going through those cycles. of relationships with people who just take and don't give it back. So if you're a female entrepreneur, you're ready to feel safe and empowered. You're ready to feel calm and like the boss bitch that you know you are. If you are ready to step into the persona of the version of you that earns $10,000 a month, that is confident, that shows up every day, gets clients coming into them. If you're ready for that, then join Calm Catalyst. This is the last time that I'm offering it this year. It's only $99 and it's epic. Transformations we've gotten have been tripling your business revenue, but that person is also in my 12-month program. She's only in month 4, but she's in my 12-month program as well. Getting their first sale ever. They never had a client until they were in that program. Another person got her first business location in 2 years because she was stuck in freeze until she went through the program. It really works. I know it works because I've seen it work. So if you want to start off 2026 with a bang, if you want to start off 2026 already regulated, already empowered, ready to go, instead of starting off feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and bad about yourself because you ate too much junk over the holiday and now you're supposed to set your New Year's resolutions in January, why not start now? Why not get ahead of the game? Why not show up in January with momentum? Join Calm Catalyst. I'd love to see you there.